Right, hello everyone and welcome to this new video on the channel. So today we have got a match preview for a match between Newport County versus Doncaster Rovers on Saturday the 17th of August in League 2. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So just before we get started, if I could ask a huge favour from you all, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and like this video, whether you're an old or new viewer. Let's aim for 30 likes on this video, but anyway, enough about that. Let's head into my pre-match thoughts. So as per usual, when I'm not going to a match, I'll do a match preview for it instead. So I'm not going to Newport, unfortunately. So basically we did a list at the start of the season with kind of my yes, no's and maybes for away games. And this were kind of one where, unless it were kind of, you know, a big match or, you know, there's something at stake, it probably would be a no. And that is the case for this one. But after this, I will be at all the Rovers games for the next 2 months. The next one I'll be missing isn't till Swindon Town on the 19th of October. So plenty of Rovers content to come up till then. So anyway, let's start off with the host today, which is Newport County. So last season they finished in 18th place out of 24 teams in League 2. And they were going well at one point. Around January, February time, they were in really good form. And you kind of saw them as potentially an outsider for getting in playoffs, but then the end of the season absolutely horribly. They lost 8 games in a row to finish the season, and they ended up dropping down to 18th place. So not a good end to the season for Newport, and a lot of people have picked them to go down this year. Personally, I think they're just going to survive, but like I say, it could be any 2 from 3. I went for Accrington and Morecambe with Newport just surviving, but it could easily be them as well. So like I say, hopefully they prove me wrong and they survive, but we'll have to wait and see. So we know we're only 1 game into the new season. However, Newport are currently 15th out of 24th in the League 2 table. And that were after a 3-2 away defeat to Cheltenham Town. And they've also had a 4-1 away defeat to Leyton Orient in the Carabao Cup first round as well. So currently they have lost the last 10 games in a row in competitive fixtures. And no offence to Newport fans, but I hope there is 11 games come Saturday. So there's been quite a few changes at Newport, to be fair, over the summer. One that sticks out is the signing of Courtney Baker-Richardson coming in from Crewe Alexandra, and they've sent a player and former Rovers player Omar Bogle the opposite way to Crewe. Personally, I think they're getting a better striker in Richardson than Bogle, but like I say, he's got a big job to do to get some goals for this Newport team. And also because also going out, we've had Will Evans as well, who has gone to Mansfield Town, which is a big loss for Newport. So I'm sure they'll be hoping Baker Richardson can provide the goals, you know, that they'll miss through Evans, because, you know, I think they're going to be down there this season and they are going to need them goals. And now moving on to the away team and my team at Doncaster Rovers. So we finished last season in 5th place out of 24 teams in League 2. I've spoke about kind of our season last season on a lot of match previews and you know, before the match day vlogs and stuff like that, so I'll keep it brief. Basically, we lost to Crewe Alexandra in the semi-final of the playoffs, but yeah, last season were a pretty crazy one, to be fair. We looked in trouble of going down at one point, won 10 games in a row, shot up the table into the playoffs, were unbeaten in a hell of a lot of games. I can't remember the exact number, and then we lost the most important one, you know, to end that streak, which was the second leg of the playoff semi-final. So yep, another season in League 2, but it's been a promising summer with some good incomings, including Joe Sabara, Gibson as well coming in, and of course Billy Sharp. So yeah, and currently this season we are sitting top of the league, so hopefully we can keep that position for the rest of the season, which would be very nice. And that was after a 4-1 win against Accrington Stanley. Like I said afterwards, I think they'll be one of the poorest teams we've played this season, but you have got to beat what's in front of you, and we did that very convincingly. And then in midweek, we had a 2-0 away win at Salford City, which means we've been drawn against Everton away in the second round of the Carabao Cup, which I'm very excited for. And we've cancelled our holiday in Northumberland to have a few nights in Liverpool. So yeah, shame we can't go there, but it should be a good few nights in Liverpool anyway. And yeah, things are looking promising for this season. Like I said, I've said a few times, the squad depth, I think, was the biggest worry last season, but we've recruited well. We've got players pretty much in every position. I mean, against Salford, that was a lot of players who you wouldn't expect to start, and they played absolutely fantastic. And when you look at that squad as well, you're thinking, wow, like most of these weren't in the starting lineup against Accrington, and it's still an incredible team. So, you know, that is a very good sign of things to come. Moving into their head-to-head record then between the two teams, and Newport fans will be very optimistic looking at their head-to-head record, as last season, this was also their first home game of last season, they had a 4-0 win against us. Yeah, that wasn't a good one. 3-0 down after about 20 minutes. After travelling 4 hours on a coach down to Newport is, you know, it's not good. It did not feel good at all. You know, the 4 hours back felt even worse. And then at home, it took a very, very late winner from Newport to get themselves a 1-0 win, so doing the double over as last season. So I think that brings me nicely on to my prediction for the game then. So Newport going to get the first points of the season and stop a 10-game losing streak, or a Rovers going to get the second win in a row and stay at the top of the table. My prediction is, I think we're going to do it here. I think we're going to get a win. I think we're going to put that ghost of last season at Newport behind us. I've still got quite a bit of trauma from that day, to be fair, so it would be nice to get a win and forget about that. And yeah, we're just looking really strong at the minute. I just think, you know, we're going to have a bit too much for Newport. We're going to get the win and win 2 out of 2 for the season. So I'm going to go for Newport County 0, Doncaster Rovers 2. Anyway, that is it for my match preview for today's games. Hopefully the lads can get it done tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing the result and then getting back to watching the Rovers from next Saturday for the next 2 months. So in the meantime, I'm going to leave this video here. So thank you very much for watching. If you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel and like the video, whether you're an old or new viewer. And also remember to follow the social medias at Adam Gittings PT on pretty much everything. So the next video you'll see on the channel is a match from this coming Saturday. We've got Glasshouse and Welfare versus One Well Town. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.